Hey guys, it's Tom with Symbol Surfing, and today we're going to be looking at three stocks with X dates coming up this week. So we're going to get right into it. This is the X date calendar. It's a premium subscription, but we're going to look at March 23rd. The first one that shows up is STX or Seagate, and this is their 1 year chart. Just want to point out that this is a moving average cross right here, which is a very bullish pattern, and it looks like it's at a 52-week high here, and I think it's an all-time high. Yeah, so it's actually broken above this previous high, which is really amazing. So let's look at this chart here. So I'm on the max, so this goes back to 2002. But if I draw a couple of trend lines here, you'll see that it's basically trading. I didn't draw these perfectly, but it's definitely broken out above this previous trading range, and it's definitely higher than this previous high. So that's pretty interesting. Let's look a little bit more in detail into Seagate. So yeah, it's an $18 billion large cap. It's in the S&P 500. All right. So yeah, so this definitely is looking bullish. These are vertical lines are the earnings dates, and the price was running up into this earnings date and it sold off, but then it went higher. So that's bullish when the price is higher after the earnings date. That's definitely a positive sign. It ran up to here and then sold off again and touched this 50-day moving average, which is potentially an interesting point. But then it hit this earnings date and then it went higher again. And I think these are the all-time high levels. So, like I said, the X date is Tuesday, and it looks like the dividend rate is $2.68 per share, about 3.6%, and it's paid out quarterly. So that's a good one right there to check out. You know, obviously do your own research. All right, so let's look what's next. So on March 24th, Wednesday, I found Altria. Different companies, have their X dates on, just throughout the year. They usually pay them quarterly, but some pay them different frequencies. So on Altria, or MO, I was just looking at the 5 year chart. So this one's kind of interesting. It On the 5 year chart, just want to point out here, it was definitely on this negative 17%, and it was in this downward trending channel, and even all the way there, and then but it broke out above or out of this downward channeling range. And if we look at the 1 year chart, it's kind of like Seagate in that we have an earnings here. It fell into the earnings and then it recovered quite a bit up to this. Let me just zoom in on this guy here. So it recovered up to this level, sold off, but this is where the moving averages crossed, sold off again, went into this earnings, dipped below the 50-day moving average, and now it's just been taking off. So this one's kind of interesting. It looks like it has a long way to go to come back to these previous highs, but it looks like the all-time high was over $75 here. Let's take a look, more details here. So the all-time high is 77 and 78 cents, and the current price is 50.55, which is right around this 52-week high. So this one's interesting, and this one has a pretty high dividend rate and yield. It's almost 7%, and it pays out quarterly. So and it has a strong dividend history, 142 payments here. So this one's on Wednesday. And I want to give you guys one more to look at, and that is, so on Thursday, the X date's Thursday, Danaher, DHR. So I was just looking at this one, and this one's kind of interesting. It did fall below the moving averages. Let me see if there was a different one. Okay, yeah, I wanted to point out Medtronic. Medtronic's kind of interesting. We have this moving averages cross here, and which definitely is a signaling a positive uh, like uptrend, which is kind of really interesting. So we're going up higher. These are all, I'm going to try to connect all these earnings dates here, the tops here. So these are all these earnings dates. So as you can see, the price is above or increasing on each quarterly earnings date, which is very bullish. And I believe this stock is at, so it looks like it might be at an all-time high. Let's look at the details here. So they're actually a dividend aristocrat. If you're not familiar with dividend aristocrats, we have a dividend aristocrats channel on Symbol Surfing. It's basically companies that have 25 plus years of consecutively paying an increasing dividend. So it's not just they're paying a dividend for 25 years, they're also increasing the dividend on a yearly basis, which is really incredible. It speaks to their financial performance, their financial stability, that they can continue to pay out dividends to their shareholders. And of course, not every company even pays a dividend. So for these dividend aristocrats, that's really powerful. And then on top of that, when you get this kind of a performance, up 60%, that's pretty powerful. And of course, this was it was higher. This is kind of something else worth noting. It was higher, pre-pandemic, like a lot of the stocks were, but this one has come back up to the pre-pandemic levels. So yeah, so it's the 52-week high was at 119.88 cents on February 12th, and basically almost a year ago or over a year ago it was at 121. So it's within striking distance of the all-time high. So the trend is your friend here. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment purposes only. And okay, looking at the dividend rate, it's 2.32. It's almost a 2% annual dividend yield. It's paid out quarterly, and this is the dividend history here. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. So if this video has been helpful or you've enjoyed it at all, please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to get more content like this. We review dividend stocks, like on a weekly basis. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on these three stocks. Once again, we went over Seagate, and then we also looked at Altria right here. And the last one was Medtronic. So thanks for watching.